where that runs through the whole entire world, especially the U.S. Almost about 90% of the UFO sightings are all near the 37th parallel, and most of the military bases are too. The big military bases are throughout the country are there, but he talks about like shit that we don't even know anything about yet. And then he tells back in, I think it was World War II, the original Foo Fighters was a thing that like tons and tons of pilots, German like fighter pilots and then American pilots, when they were flying around, I forget, it was over one of the islands, but when they were flying, they would see these fucking like balls of like fire, like explosions, and there was like tons of them reported on the flight logs and shit, and they thought at the time that it was like the other military shooting some sort of weapon at them or whatever. Well, after all said and done, the other people had no idea what it was either. Like there are these like huge fire in the sky kind of type shit, you know, and so there's like so many unanswered things, and this book, I mean, it's a fictional book though, but it's really fucking cool, and it does he made it clear it's a fictional book, obviously, because, and he straight up said, he's like, I want to make it clear it's fictional because I don't want anybody knocking at my door. He's like, after everything that I've heard and that all the research that I've done, he's like, 100% there's other shit going on that we don't know about, that they're not telling us about. So this book basically is about like a dude that about a dude who, because there's a ranch, I forget the name of the ranch, but all like in the middle of, I think it's New Mexico. So this ranch, if you call the fucking, I don't know if there's anything, it's tasting nasty right now. All of the whole UFO shit that people call into the government, it's not even through the government. It's a private person that owns this ranch, and it's all scientists and these fucking people at this place. It goes there, and the government asks and talks to them about it. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's called the Johnson Ranch or something like that. I think it's in New Mexico or Texas, and they took over. They're in charge of the whole everything to do with unidentified shit over the government. The government goes to them on shit.
Really having a government conversation right now?
Oh yeah.
We're talking about alien shit.
I'm fascinated. I love this.
It's crazy.
Shit.
So this book though is about a guy who's he works. I read it. It was a while ago. I read it last year when it came out, or 2 years ago when it came out.
Oh, it just came out recently?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Oh, wow,
it's pretty recent.
Okay, no wonder.
So he basically hears this shit, and then he gets on this crazy mission to find out all this shit. And so him and his wife supports him, so he goes and he starts finding all this shit, and he ends up at that ranch, and then all this shit comes out, all this crazy shit. I won't tell you about it if you read. It's dude. It's a good read. It's a badass read.
I'll totally read it.
37th parallel.
37th parallel. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna have to check it out for sure, because that's the kind of stuff fascinates me. I was a firm believer in aliens a couple years ago, and I still think. I think that Atlantis is still around. I think that that there's other lands like Admiral
Why
Byrd.
not?
Well, Admiral Byrd I mean, I know he's a Mason and we shouldn't trust him because he's whatever, a fucking military dude or whatever, and everything he said could have been okay.
The secret truth behind America's UFO highway. Ben Mesrick.
Well, you know what's crazy, because I've heard
the book cover.
I've heard things about how
the highway.
Well, no, that UFOs would stop in Antarctica, and that's kind of a pit stop, because I think that there's land beyond Antarctica. Well, a lot of people think there's land beyond Antarctica. You know, the whole Hollow Earth theory.
Underneath the ice and all that.
Yeah, the Hollow Earth.
Well, see, and all of those, he talked about this too. Those are all.
Oh, that's where
places.
all the
Those
shit,
are all places, and that's the 37th parallel, right centered in there.
That's crazy.
Ben Mesrick, and he actually.
What about all over the world? Is that in other parts of the world too?
I think he says that it runs the 37th parallel throughout the earth, because it goes through jungles and shit, and that's where a lot of this shit happens.
Yeah, dude,
it's a trip. it was a good. I mean, I read it. I don't really read that much either, and I started reading that. I watched this thing with him, and I was like, damn, that shit sounds fucking dope. Ordered it on Amazon the next day and read it, and I mean, it's not that big. I read it in 6 days. Fucking, it was good. I haven't read another book in forever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally into that kind of shit. I feel like I'm on a different stick because I feel like it could be like an infinite plane for all we know. Like the thing is that like if you start looking into because you said you're into science and space and all that kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
Like studying the stars, right? You know what's crazy? Have you heard of the astrolabe? It's like an ancient computer. Astrolabe.
Yeah.
It's like 2,000-year-old fucking device that they used to navigate with by the stars, right? So this fucking device is still accurate now, 2,000 years later.
There's all kinds of shit.
But listen to this. So if that's still accurate, 2,000 years after it was invented and the stars haven't moved, then how the fuck are we flailing through space 45,000 fucking light years or whatever the fuck it is? I forget the exact number. But it's like some crazy, ridiculous number that not only we're moving, but our whole and like the stars are supposed to be like light years away, and they're not moving with us. So how the fuck do we have? How is the Polaris?
We have other shit. We have other shit. We know a lot. Go over there.
Yeah. You down on the pool table?
Randy will play pool. I don't play pool, but.
What about foosball? Kick your ass at foosball. I didn't think we played last time.
I beat you.
What? No, your friends played.
No, I beat you.
Alright, well, you know what? We need a fucking rematch then. I'm a foosball. Let's go.
She's gonna beat you.
You're gonna beat me? Let's go. Come beat me right now.
Hey, I played Phil and Niles. Foosball. At the rink.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is like the Voyager 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Those are still, they're like in other solar systems right now. And Voyager 2, I think it sent its last click for like update or whatever.
Yeah.
Like 2009 or 12, and it's. Let me see. It's so far out of our solar system. It's fucking crazy.
See, that's the thing though, is that, okay, so if the stars haven't moved in 2,000 years, and we can't measure any curvature, we can't measure any axial rotation, like if you take a gyroscope, and you know how they have the battery operated ones and shit, and it can go for hours and hours at a time. Dude, there's been people that have been doing experiments where they have it going for 3+ hours, and that shit isn't fucking, it doesn't move. It's supposed to every hour it's supposed to move 15 degrees. Because if the Earth is spinning 1,000 miles an hour eastward, right? And then also I met the sniper dude that told me that they never take into account Coriolis effect when they're doing sniper or like any like long distance. Like there's a 100-mile fucking railgun that doesn't.
They do. Well, they do with guns. I know guns well. They do wind speed and they do wind. Yeah, they do humidity. They do elevation, and that's it. They don't do fucking Coriolis. They learn about Coriolis, but they don't ever use it in the field. So how the fuck do we think that the Earth is spinning when that shit isn't even a buddy? Like the guys that shoot and would have to take those guys that shoot though, they do know a lot of that shit.
Well, that's the thing. No, but as far as Coriolis effect, that's nothing. So if the Earth's not spinning, then if there's no curvature and there's no spin, then why the fuck do we think we're living on a ball?
Well, the gun thing and everything, the distance isn't far enough, really. I mean, it doesn't affect the curvature as much.
100 miles, 8 inches per mile square.
Right, but I'm saying we don't have guns that shoot that far. Not sniper guns.
100 miles, yeah.
Not sniper
guns, no, but the 100-mile railgun.
Yeah.
Technically, I've actually researched the railgun, and it goes 100 fucking miles level. level. Level
Well,
means that it's
I
not
would
dropping 8
I would
inches
think
per
that they probably do a lot more calculations than we know about.
Well, no, but that's the thing is that I've talked to military guys. I've heard interviews. I've actually personally met.
Because like the Blitzkrieg missiles and the Tomahawks and all those, they have to.
They don't though. That's the fucked up part. Is there was even like.
I mean, I don't know about. I mean, obviously, I don't know about the military, but they have to judge for some way because they hit their targets.
Well, no, I know. Well, but that just because they hit their targets doesn't mean that they accounted for 8 inches per mile square.
Yeah.
Like water.
See, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that part.
If you think about it, like water is the thing back in the day before, like that's what they used to see if they're like, build. I mean, shit, dude, look at a level like they used to build shit. Like there's fucking liquid in there,
I do structural steel. I know.
Yeah.
I use levels every day.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the tricky part is that if you
Yeah, see, I don't know what those big type of military shit uses, so I can't really say on that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with okay, for
But I know,
example,
just regular sniper guns, you don't need that. But
No.
You're shooting 800 yards a mile away.
But that's still 8 inches per mile. So I mean it's square.
But, I mean,
so if you do 2 miles,
I've shot.
That's
Yeah, but there's nobody no sniper's ever shot 2 miles.
Really? Okay. What about what about the 4,000 mile Bolivian salt flats? They're flat as fuck. Like how does that exist on a ball 25,000 miles in circumference?
Yeah, see the curvature, all that. Yeah, that's something that I don't know that much about.
I've been looking into it for 2 years. I've been trying to debunk this shit. Flat Earth is fucking stupid. But dude, Kyrie Irving just came out.
I know. I heard all his shit, dude.
Yeah, he's fucking great.
I mean, I don't think it's fucking flat by any means.
Well, and that's the thing though, is that if anybody could prove it, but the only thing that people have
Pictures.
said is,
All you got is pictures. But
yeah,
still.
and they're all composites. Even NASA admits they're composites. They say that
I don't know. I don't believe There is a lot. I mean, that would be such a big conspiracy to have a flat Earth of all the astronauts and everybody involved. That's like too many people that somebody wouldn't slip up. That's the main thing in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, because people want to talk.
Think about the military though. Think about the secrecy of the fucking military and shit.
Yeah.
You already kicked Matt. You already got like 2 or 3 in, right? I don't even know.
I have already.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I'm warming up a little bit.
I feel like somebody would have come out and said something by now.
Yeah, no,
it's been forever.
But there has been. It's just you don't hear about it on the fucking news. Like, go home, look up flat Earth, see how much shit comes out.
I think we're tied now.
What?
I'm pretty sure we're tied right now.
I knocked my own shit in.
Anyways, let's go back to drinking and partying fun.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not trying to have a debate.
No,
I'm just saying,
we're not debating. I'm just.
If you're into like science and shit, like it's an
I
interesting
like
topic
that shit.
because like I'm into that kind of shit. Like, I'm into learning different things. Like I've learned more trying to debunk this topic.
Oh yeah, if you go online searching, you can read and find out a lot of shit.
Yeah, and
I know that. I
I
listen to Kyrie Irving's interviews and shit when he's talking about that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel he's a fucking idiot. I mean, he's a dumbass.
What are you gonna do or something? Like,
he might be book smart for playing a sport, but he doesn't sound educated when he talks about it. It'd be different if he was like one of those sports guys that actually sounded educated, but he doesn't. He'll argue it and argue like a kid with reporters and shit. They're like, what about the flat Earth? Kyrie and he's like, oh, what? What? So why are you asking me about that? His interviews and they're like, well,
that's news.
He's like, yeah,
that's fucking news, man.
Yeah, they're like, dude, that's a big deal. If a huge sports star is saying that, and he's like, well, I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's like, yeah, it is, dude.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing though, is that so what we're not allowed to question it. If it was true, then it should be really easy to.
I know. Well, I don't believe most shit I hear or see unless I fucking see it myself anyway. You know what I mean?
Right?
And I'll never fucking see the Earth from the fucking
Maybe dude, August Picard did back in the 20s. You ever hear about that fucking guy? He got this dome. He had they built this fucking big bubble.
I won't ever see it.
No, but